Good morning. I am Santosh Mahapatra. So today we will discuss regarding the components of Income Tax Act, or we can say that the documents or the major source of law relating to Income Tax Act. We know that for every act there must be certain documents, there must be certain components, there must be certain major source of tax, major source of the act. So let us discuss, let us know what are the document, what are the major source, what are the major source of law relating to income tax. The first one, the first documents, or we can say that component or the major source of income tax law is that the act itself, the Income Tax Act 1961 in India. So the Income Tax Act 1961, I mean the Income Tax Bill finally passed in the Parliament in the month of September in 1961. And it came into force in 1st April 1962. So the act itself is a major source of income tax law. So here the act, I mean the Income Tax Act 1961 contains detail regarding the applicability, the basis of charges, the residential status, the heads of income, I mean what are the heads of income, the clubbing of incomes, deduction, exemption, appeal, penalty, and setup and carry forward of losses. I mean how the loss of an assessee is going to be adjusted, So these are the major source of income tax law, I mean itself the act. We know that in India the Income Tax Act is one of the most complicated, complex and difficult and a bigger act. The second source, that is the Income Tax Rule 1962. The Income Tax Rule 1962. So here these rules are prepared by the Income Tax Rule 1962. These rules are prepared by the Central Board of Direct Tax, CBDT. So here these rules are prepared by the Central Board of Direct Tax, and the Central Board of Direct Tax is empowered to make rules for carrying out the purpose of the act. So here the government has authorized the Central Board of Direct Tax to make certain rules so that we can carry out the objective, the provision, the rules of Income Tax Act. So here these rules are the rules which are framed by Central Board of Direct Tax are known as Income Tax Rule 1960 or 1962. So here the income tax rule, which is framed by Central Board of Direct Tax, they are supplement to the Income Tax Act 1961. They are supplement to Income Tax Act 1961. And the third one is that Finance Act. The third one is that the Finance Act. So here every year the Finance Minister of Government of India presents a budget in the Parliament, and that will propose the amendment to direct and indirect tax. That will propose certain changes or amendment to direct or indirect taxes, and such amendment or modification become a part of the Income Tax Act 1961. So that may be, so that maybe the Finance Act will include the rate of income tax, the TDS, computation of advance tax, rules of calculation of agricultural income. No doubt, agricultural income is not taxable in India, but there are certain income which are coming together. Agricultural and non-agricultural income. So these are the things which are coming in Finance Act. So Finance Act will brings every year after passing in the Parliament, it becomes an act and it will bring certain amendment to Income Tax Act. So that is the third one, the Finance Act. And the fourth one is circular and notification by Central Board of Direct Tax. Circular and notification by Central Board of Direct Tax. So here, Central Board of Direct Tax is in overall administration of direct tax of the country. Circular are issued by the Central Board of Direct Tax from time to time, clarify the scope and provision of the Income Tax Act. So here, the circular notification issued by the Central Board of Direct Tax are binding on Income Tax Department and official of the department. So here, under section 119 of Income Tax Act 1961 has empowered the Central Board of Direct Tax to issue notification circular to the Income Tax Department, or will make necessary changes or making different interpretation of the law. And here the orders, the order, the instruction and direction issued to the Income Tax Department are binding. And another thing is that the last one, judicial decision and case law. We know that judicial decision also part of the most important source of Income Tax Act. Sometime either the department or an SSC will move to the court of law, and the judgment or the decision given by the court may be a part of Income Tax Act. So here, any decision given by High Court shall be applicable in a particular case or in a particular state. So sometimes the SSC may not be satisfied with the Income Tax Authority, or he or she will move to the High Court, and the High Court will give a decision, and that decision will be applicable in a particular case. And another thing is that sometime the Supreme Court may also give a decision. So any decision given by the Supreme Court shall be applicable throughout the country. So sometime it is observed that if an SSA is not satisfied or the department is not satisfied, then they will, or to make a interpretation of the different provision of the Income Tax Act 1961, the SSC or the tax or the IT department will move to the court of law, and the decision given by the court of law may form a part of Income Tax Act. So these are the major source or components or documents of Income Tax of India 1961. Thank you.